Hello on YouTube, on Twitch. Welcome to another episode of my Hearthstone Let's Play series. This is Northstar. Hope you're well, taking care of each other and being kind to yourselves. God, barely hear stuff most of the time, but of course this is incredibly loud, noxiously so. There we go. Stupid epic music. No, it's an incredibly aggressive music that just gives me headaches with my long COVID. And it's trying to force me to play as one of Priest, Rogue, or Warlock. So sick of these, and it always gives me quests that are worth less to punish me for not doing their garbage. Which again, I explained the quests to play as particular classes are just those classes are weaker and they don't want statistics to show that. On this expansion. Gain 30 armor. No. Attack 100 times, sure. Let's see, anyways. Free spin of this nonsense. Let's see what it gives me. Golden CATACLYSM hard pack. Of course, they're trying to get you to want this. Signature dragon or whatever nonsense. Alright, this is just obnoxiously loud. Really upsetting me. I have more than enough stress in my life without this overly in your face game audio, music. Clockwork Rager. Lasting Legacy. Give your hero +4 attack this turn. If your deck has no minions, give any in hand +4 attack. Another no minion demon hunter thing. But yet another gimmick that you need a lot of cards to be able to pull off because, well, you need to have enough cards that are decent, that aren't minions, to build such a deck. Finality. Draw an undead, imbue your hero power twice. Except the Death Knight imbue isn't very good. Ebb and Flow. Deal 3 damage if you play a minion while holding this. Excuse me. Gain 5 armor. Easy enough. That's a good card. I think it's one I really considered adding to my Druid decks before, as not particularly overpowered specimen. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, so I'm stressed, of course, because I'm still confronted with returning to my apartment where my roommate had been threatening to murder me, and yeah, just an absolute monster. He started off upset because he was blaring music one day, and I asked him to turn it down when I talked to the landlord, and then he started latching on to my cough that I've had since I was young. After that, and using the cough as an excuse to work himself up. And then when he started getting in trouble with the courts, because he was threatening to beat me up, and then he started threatening to kill me because of that. And just using the fact that he was getting in trouble for his bad behavior as an excuse to behave more badly. And the courts have done very little to him. When I say get in trouble, he got an oral warning. And then he got a written warning, like a kind of harassment order thing that could, restraining order thing that could make it easier. You got a restraining order that could make it easier to arrest him if he continues threatening me. But I'm sure the courts won't actually enforce that. Like, he could threaten to kill me again. I could call the police, and they'd be like, "Oh, well, you have this order, but we don't have any proof he did this," or I can't hear the recording well enough because I have a dinky little cell phone. Or even if it was a great recording, they'd probably say it. They just won't do anything to this guy. Because they're corrupt, and his ex-wife works at the courthouse, and so they're not going to punish him for literal death threats, which are absolutely illegal, you know? What happened to Grey Bow? that was one of the key cards in this deck, so of course it's gone. It was probably core. Now it's rotate back to madness. The Dark Moon fair. Grr. Alright. Crystal Spine Cub. Let's throw in this ebb and flow. I hate how you have to sort through page after page of stuff. I can just disenchant this one. Actually, I already had two copies of this. I probably should have thrown one of these in before. It's a good card. 5 damage if you played a minion. So there's too many big minions in this Druid deck. This isn't a no duplicate deck. This is alright. These days it's behind the mono curve. Okay, comparing the Drew the Swarm to their poisonous minions. So you can get 1/5 with poisonous for 3, or that thing for 1/2 for 2. That's not very good then. Drew the Swarm, yeah. I'm guessing it's 2 different hero powers based on whether I chose the Scarabs with Taunt or the Spiders. No? Oh, yeah, these are names of different hero powers. 3 attack or 3 armor. That's right. Great. Now it's so quiet I can barely hear it. So, yeah. Gibberwings. Oh, they're like the feral gibbers, except they cost more. Spellburst, though. So normally, like a gibber, you'd play it, it'd be a 1/1. You'd spend 1 mana to get a second. You do a spell, then you can get 2 of these for 2. And yeah, it's actually cheaper in the long run. As a linguistics student, I've studied the Gibberwings. I've determined they're speaking gibberish. Right. We got a lot of spells. This could actually be, in some ways, better than the feral gibbers. Some ways. Ram 2 and 3 cost beast to your hand. Discover a spell, your next one costs less. Doesn't even necessarily have to be the one you discovered. Scar is meh. I think it may have been a Malfurion, the Pestilent deck at one point. It was here. Yeah, I can throw in a Gibberwing. Alright. Sorry about the cough, folks. This cough that the roommate uses as excuse to threaten to murder me. You'd be nuts to mess with the squirrel squad. Acorn bear. Squirrels look mischievous, to say the least. The squirrel there. I should below the mana curve. Normally 1/1 stats to be a 0 drop. That ensures you have cards to play. Cost a 3 minions. I don't know. Not crazy about it. Thinking about doing another peasant, but nope. Better pay them if I join the defies. Right. Sands time. Superior discovered at the Raven Isle. Because you get 2 tries at it. Missile Spine Club could demand a response. It's the Charred Chameleon. Chameleon. You combust and glow, you combust and glow. Right. Could naturalize big minions. I don't use this enough, but 2 card draws is worth like 2 mana. So for 3 mana, you remove a big minion. That's not terrible. Discover a choose 1 card. Which would have all reinforcements. Right. The rush isn't horrendous. Before taunt can be useful. Oh, this was an odd deck. That's right. That's why I didn't have the ebb and flow or gibberling. Oops. My brain's not working great right now. Naturalize still has a role. Guess the second partner assignment works. Draw 2 for 1 mana. And they're beasts. They're beasts, all of them. And it's a 1-drop spell and works as the Nexus Prince. This will work for now. Anyways, I'll come back to that deck. Oh, what's this? Oh, yeah, that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm trying to keep producing content. Hopefully I don't get murdered by this roommate, but I mean, I don't know what to do. I can't stay out of state forever. I mean, my healthcare and insurance and stuff requires kind of I go back. And, well, I can search for another apartment. I'm afraid this guy murdered me before I find one. It took me a couple months to find a place before. And if I'm sticking around 2 months, this guy will definitely try to murder me. I'm figuring plans of, like, firing angles in the door, because I think what he's going to do is get a gun, push my door open a little. I got a catch bar, but that won't stop from going up open a little, and they'll try and point the gun at me and demand I come to the door. Knowing this guy, he's not the smartest. It's like, why would I come to the door if you're just going to shoot me? I'm going to make it harder for you, for sure. But, so when I get back, one of the first things I do is look at angles, figure out exactly how far the door goes open, see if there's places, blind spots I can hide in if he comes yelling at the door. And of course, that assumes he doesn't catch me while I'm streaming or something, or sleeping, or any number of times where he go in the bathroom where he could definitely get me. There's no real way to stay safe from a monster like this except to just get lucky and get the cops. They should have removed him before. Alright, destroy minions, play spells, battle cry cards. I do need to do arena if I can warm up enough soon. Come back to that. Let's try standard mage, I guess. I think I want to say this is one of my weaker. Yeah, 41% win rate. It's a warm up, and my matchmaking rating should fall if I'm losing a lot. So cool. Except these stats are. Yeah. There we go. When I go to the current major version, so 2.2, 2.1, 2.0, 60% win rate. Which actually implies it's my Unholy Death Knight's got the lowest, but that's a very small sample size. Mage makes me think more anyways, I guess. Yeah. So we, here in the US, we're freaking bombing countries and stuff, and talking about sending ground troops to Iran, and we're doing nothing to help people at home. People aren't even safe. Psychos like this roommate running free, and the police are very corrupt. What we need in the US is we need anti-corruption units, and we need that on a local level. It's not like I don't really care that much if someone's going to do a federal anti-corruption unit. There needs to be anti-corruption units that investigate local police forces and court systems, because this guy is getting off because his ex-wife works at the courts. No other reason. This is corruption. And if there was an anti-corruption unit around, I could do something about that. Not even about saving money or whatever. It's about making sure the system protects people and does its job. Of course, be deeply unpopular with the police unions, but we're not going to fix anything in this country, in the United States, unless we change the way politics works. That's another thing. We've got to get rid of the two-party system at the minimum, and really we need to get rid of capitalism. Otherwise, billionaires will just buy elections and constantly distract us with manufactured cultural issues when they can. Sometimes very real ones, but they'll inflate intolerance. Billionaires will fund right-wing groups that will spur intolerance so that they can make all the battles over cultural issues that they're making a problem when people naturally tend to be more kind.
What to do? What to do? Time runs out on me.
I don't have any discover cards in hand right now. Let's just get this out.
Job's done.
No point in the forbidden sequence right now, except that could hold on to coin and maybe gotten stuff later. I mean, I am a democratic socialist. God, look at the stupid follower count and stuff. Randomly, people drop off Twitch sometimes. Sometimes that part of it can be, oh, you know, like you're a socialist. It's like, suck it up, butter. Cup. Socialism is the future. Socialism is the only way we have a future, rather. It might not be the future that we attain, but if we stick with the system where billionaires can buy everything, we're doomed. Just watching a thing about how to make America healthy again. People are like, oh, the government's not doing the things they promised. It's like, of course they're not. And it wouldn't matter if it was Democrats or Republicans. Nobody's going to go against the chemical industry or, you know, big agribusiness or any of that. Because there's money on their side and we've got nothing to counteract that. Not really. People's willpower alone won't save them for long. Alright, like,
Your fate is twisted with
people are like, oh, just get out the vote. People get tired of that, and there's always going to be a stupid segment of the population who thinks politics don't matter. They're wrong, but they're always going to exist. And, you know, if they were voting, they're not necessarily going to vote the right way anyways. No, the only solution is not to have a system where billionaires can buy elections. And they're going to be able to buy as long as they have the wealth. Oh no. Are you kidding me? Also, why is it Signature one? Bloody A. Alright, let's see what I get. Discover... Or I can just kill it with a sleet storm. Not dead yet. So sick of the Herald's nonsense, which I can't do because I can't, you know, get a zillion Herald minions need to build such a deck. I've seen people streamers try and build an arena. It's like you can't build a deck like that in arena, and they fail to, and then they're like, oh, no, if you want to do something like that, do constructed. Otherwise, also, blatant ridiculous. I've always seen people play this in turn 4.
I wonder.
The luck of that. Of course, it's elusive, so there's very few counters to it. I need some luck here, otherwise. At least I can damage that.
Time runs out on me.
Alright, these can in theory both damage it. Shoot 2 beams at enemies that deal 2 damage. Love to do this now. Should do this actually before we place other minions.
death itself draws near.
Yeah, this is ridiculous suck. This guy's part.
I wonder.
This could work. Let's kill this.
Time runs out on me.
Job done.
Of course, did base damage when I really needed was damage to.
Brace yourself for destruction.
This will be the fire.
I've had enough of this. Go away, Lucky. Prick. And quite possibly cheater. Give it maybe 2% odds. I'm in a particularly irritated mood, and 2% is enough for me to report today. This guy. 2% odds he's hacking. I.e. 49 to 1 that he's not, but whatever. Alright.